Okay, so it's a special new challenge tonight. We'll see if I can do this, guys. It helps that I'm using just the very simple React app that I built during my last live stream, the Heroes and Villains one. And it's not very complex, and the code's already written, so I just have to React nativize it. I've never actually done this before. I've only built native apps from scratch, so we'll see what the experience is like. I'm hoping it's pretty smooth. So let's see. So yeah, if you watched the live stream well, let me put my computer glasses on. My eyes go wonky if I look at the screen too long. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because I've never actually built a personal React Native app before, believe it or not. I started taking a tutorial, like building things through tutorials, and immediately I got my first freelance gig. So that was the first React Native app I built. And then now I have my full-time job and I'm building another React Native app. So I've never gotten the chance to just build some kind of crazy fun React Native app before. So this is the first thing. Now, since I'm going to try to do this in one sitting, I already initiated the app here. And basically I'm using Expo, makes it super simple. So I already ran Expo init and my project name, which is basically like doing create React app, but for native projects, right? And this initial file, this initial app.js file is basically an intro to React Native in itself, because you have views, use views instead of divs, you use text instead of h1 or paragraph, any of those text tags, and you use a style sheet for inline styles instead of CSS. You don't use CSS in native apps. So this is like a tiny little intro to React Native. The most complicated part of native development that I've found anyway is just the development environment. So the emulators, the simulators, the debuggers. So let's get that going and see if it's smooth or not. Yeah. Oh, how do you generate a React Native app with TypeScript? That is a good question. As soon as you run this Expo init, you have 4 options that shows up just in your terminal here. You can either just do a managed app, so with Expo, a managed app with TypeScript. You can do a bare React Native app or a bare React Native app with TypeScript. So it actually gives you those options. And for work, I'm actually doing one with TypeScript. So I ran yarn start, and it opens up this Expo window in Chrome here. And then from there, I can click run on iOS simulator. Attempting to open a simulator. Now, I find the iOS simulator a lot easier, it's a lot faster, a lot simpler to work with than Android Studio. And here I have React Native Debugger just opened on its own. I don't know why 2 opened, and that's a problem. So I'm going to close 1. Oh, it's opening 3 actually. Don't do that. I just need 1. Okay, so there's the debugger. And this is where I can see my console logs and everything. Now, when I use Redux, I actually use a different React Native debugger that has the Redux dev tools in it as well, but not using Redux for this one. So there you go. Awesome. Thanks for coming, guys. This is fun. Okay, so here's where I can see my console logs. Let me just get these in the right order here. Okay, here's my iOS simulator. I want that to be over here. No, I'll have it over here. I have way too many screens open, but that's okay. I'm going to be jumping around. The reason I'm having them all on one screen is so you guys can see them all. Otherwise, I would have them a couple up here. Usually I have my simulators and debuggers over on this big screen over here. And then I have my actual code up on this big screen. And then down here I have whatever smaller apps I need running. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff you need open for native development. So let's see, where's my emulator? Here we go. Let's reload so that it's happy. This is gonna be way too, here's what I wanna do. I almost did this before the live stream too. You know, I almost got it all set up before the live stream because I knew that this was gonna take time. It always takes me time getting it up and running. Dismiss. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm supposed to be seeing here because that's what's in my code. Open up app.js to start working on your app. So there it is. I do not really want that right there. Anyway, I'm just going to be doing a lot of swiping. So that's the iOS simulator. It's a little easier to open than Android, but I'll do the Android too. If it slows stuff down too much, I'll just close it and do iOS. Usually what I do is I use the iOS simulator for most of my coding, and then every now and then I open up the Android to check and see how everything looks and if it's working right. But it just makes things a lot slower. So let's do this guy. And you can have as many devices as you want. You can these are the different devices that I have, just 2 right now. And then you can close these. Now I've got my simulator, now I've got my debugger. But I haven't opened it on the emulator yet, believe it or not. That was from a previous test run. Opening on Android device. I hope so. Here we go. And these work like real devices. So Expo is actually an app on this fake device, and I can use Expo on my real device as well, which is very nice for development, especially if you want to use your camera, because obviously the emulator and simulator do not have cameras on them, and there's other features that you can't use on the emulators, like push notifications. I think I was looking into that because I'm gonna have to use that for work pretty soon. But anyway, here's our app so far. Okay, so here's our app. Let's do something here. Now the reason I have this open is because it's the app that the React app that I'm going to convert to React Native. So I could just use my GitHub repo, I guess, but I just got the files, so why not? And here's my little PDF of my ebook, Teach Yourself to Code. You can find that if you want to. Advertising. Okay, so here we go. So all this code, all this React code is going to be the same. It's all going to be the same. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. Take all this. Now, here's something I didn't think about is the envelope. .env, you can't just create a .env file in a React Native app. You need to either, there's some special stuff you gotta do. Oh man, I forgot about that. That's okay. I'll get it working. Don't worry. I'll get it working. I forgot about this silly .env thing. There's like a package you can use for it, but I'm pretty sure that only works in bare React Native apps, not in Expo. And in Expo, there's a special little workaround you can do to kind of make a .env file, even though it's not officially a .env file. But maybe I'll just use a different proxy server, and it'll hopefully work for this situation. Yeah. I need to get my key. I need to get a proxy server that works. Okay, so let's just do, I think there is an open source. Yeah, here we go. Here's a good one. I'm pretty sure I've used this one before and it works really well. I just had so many problems with proxy servers. Boop. Okay, so that should work. And my key, what's my key again? Yeah, let's get this here. The API I'm using is, I found it under here. Games and comics, yep. I should just have it bookmarked, shouldn't I? Wouldn't that be nice if I just had it bookmarked and I could find it there? Superheroes. There we go. And here's my key. Yay. Now don't use my key. You can get your own. It's free. It's totally free. I don't know if anything bad would happen if you did use my key, so it's probably not a big deal anyway. Okay, so far, I mean, nothing. I mean, this hasn't broken anything yet, I'm sure. It might complain at me because I have all sorts of things that I've declared and never used, like all these things. I've declared them and not used them. I'm just trying to go fast because I'm like, I did a crazy challenge where I said, hey, I wonder if I can do this in one sitting. Yeah, that makes it kind of fun though. So there you go. React Native client, just the bare React Native app. I have not done a bare React Native app. I have been avoiding it because Expo just makes things so nice and easy. However, I know you can eject Expo whenever you need to, and someday I'm sure I will have to. I'm just avoiding it because it sounds a lot more, the development process and environment sounds a lot more complicated. Okay, so now what I need, I got this logic in here. Now all these guys, like I use React Bootstrap for this, right? So container is not going to mean anything. Container, div, row, all these things are, I'm going to have to just use views for all of them. And then these are my two components that I'm going to bring in. I'm going to start just by, all I have here is a title, Heroes and Villains. Okay, so that I'm going to just replace this text. Well, let's just replace it here. Heroes and villains, and for some reason I got that piece of text there. Okay. There we go. So at least now, I mean, everything's null, yes, because I have not called anything yet. But I should at least be able to see that change. See, there we go. Heroes and villains. Isn't that nice? Obviously, this is not a tutorial. It's not a tutorial. There's some excellent tutorials out there, and I can recommend them, where they bring you through step by step and very intuitive way, bring you through everything you need to know. This is just a special live challenge I'm doing. So have fun, enjoy yourself, relax. I'll try to relax too. API reference, okay? So this is basically the list of everything you've got in Expo, right? Now another thing that I use is, there's several different libraries you can use. One very simple one is React Native Elements, okay? And it's very limited, but it's also very simple. Components. So, for example, I was going to use an app bar, isn't that? Oh yeah, header. It's called app bar in some other library. Sorry, header is what it's called. So you can do basically a header with icons or titles or whatever. I could do just a basic one. I'm not going to have any icons. I'm just going to have a title. How about that? But I haven't imported this library yet. So that is what I'm going to do. Another thing I could use is a card. Since so like this card, for example, I'm going to have an image. I'm going to have a title. This could be like the character name, could have an image underneath. Then like the power stats we had. And we don't need a button. But we do need a search bar. Does this have a search bar? I forget. Yeah, here's a search bar. Yeah, search bar. Very nice. So this library has everything we need for this app, at least. Very, very simple app. So I'm going to go ahead and install it. I kind of got ahead of myself before. I just started coding right away without planning it out because I feel the time pressure. Oh man. Yeah, so getting started, I just need to, okay, I'll just do this guy. Oh, well, it's not gonna do the whole thing. React native elements, and that should be fast. So this is gonna be a header instead of just plain text. Oh, that was fast. That was very fast. Great. I'm starting to breathe again. That's good. Just relax. Just breathe. Oh, man. Okay, so if I put a header here, and I don't need a left component, I don't need a right component, I just want a center component with this text, heroes and villains, and I don't need this guy anymore. And I mean, this is color white, so we'll just see what that looks like. Okay, where's my screen? There. Oh, of course, header is not defined. I did the library, but I didn't do the import. React native elements. There it is. Let's do it. Reload. Sometimes it does. Like, sometimes the debugger, I have problems with the debugger. Reload. Go. Do it. Do it now. Alright, this way. Do you see anything? Sometimes it's hidden. It's white, though. Maybe it's there and it's just white. Because here I've got, style, color, background color. Let's just make it black for now. See what that does. I will make this prettier eventually. Oh, now this guy's doing something. Ah! No! That is not what I want. Okay. Now this you know why it's here? You know why this is in the middle? I'll tell you why. It's because this guy is saying align item center and justify content center is why. Now, I don't want that. I do want flex 1. Flex 1, React Native uses flexbox, but it's a little different than for the web because the default is column instead of row. Now, flex 1 means it's going to take up it's going to take up 1 out of 1, basically, which is the entire screen. There we go. So it's taking up the entire space. The container is taking up the entire space. I'm not aligning items or justifying content center anymore, so that's why it's at the happy top there, like a header is supposed to be. It's really tiny though. So let's adjust that here. Now this is the text style we're doing. It's the center component style. That's what it was. That's why we did background color, and it changed the center component background, not the entire header background, right? So I want to change the background color there too, but let's just get it working first. No details yet. No details. Okay, but I can do font size. What does 20 look like? I don't know. That's a little better. It's more like a title. Okay, so I've got a header component. Isn't that nice? I don't like swiping so far here. I want to get, I'll get this desktop over here. That makes more sense. So here I've got my code I'm using, and here I've got my emulator simulator. I'm not sure what's wrong with this guy. He pooped out on me. There we go. Now it's happy. Yay! And you notice it looks just slightly different. Yeah, stop having problems. You're doing okay. All right. There is a constant battle with the simulators and emulators. It's just constant battle. But it's okay, because we get it done. Okay, so now let me bring in my components, okay? I'm going to bring in my components. So what do I need? Where's my components? I have never tried this before. Can I just copy? Oh, I know. I will copy. And then in my heroes, RN heroes villains, here it is. I will paste. See if that works. I just pasted my entire components folder. That's so much nicer than copying and pasting one at a time. There it is. Yay! Isn't that nice? Now all of these are going to have to be nativified. But in the meantime, like here's selection modal. Modal, that's right. Oh yeah, I've got a modal that pops up. Yep. Well, I mean, you know, Expo has a modal. React Native has a modal, so that's okay. I can just use a React Native modal. And then here's the search bar. Right, I'm going to have a button with a spinner, that's good, and a form, that's right, and a character card. These are all going to have to be views and text, because there's no all this other crazy stuff. Just view and text are the things we need. What is that I have? I don't know. Oh, and progress bar. Does React Native Elements have a progress bar? That is a good question. Slider. It might not. So I might cheat and just have like the percentage instead, just for the sake of time. Sliders. That's not what I want, but I know there are other React Native libraries that have more components. So if you want a progress bar, you can find one. But we need a search bar. And I'll have it under here. I can put it in the center and then have a card that appears underneath. Usually search bars end up in the header. Usually search bars are in the header, but I have the title in the header, so I could just do the search bar down here. And I could have a card for to display the data. And then I'll have a modal just like I have, right? Okay, so if I import these components right now, it's gonna break my app because they are not nativized yet. So I suppose the first thing to start with is the search bar, and none of these are being passed down to it yet. I haven't passed any of this down because I haven't imported the component, of course. So none of this code is actually going to work, but I just want to fix this part so that when I do import the component, it's not going to break my app. That's what my plan is, okay? So step number 1, let's find a search bar. Here's a search bar. And I will just take this basic guy here. Why is that guy way over there? I don't even need this expo over here, so I'm gonna put it right there, okay? Reorganizing things. So, there's the search bar. I don't need this state stuff because I already have it in my code. And here's what I need for the search bar. Just a minute here. see there's a search bar. Let me just look at how it works here. Let me see these things I can have. I can have a clear icon, search icon, cancel icon, container style, on clear. Okay, on clear, on cancel. Right, because here we have, in this demo here, this is a clear button, right? So that is nice to have. And when I put the cursor in there, like when I press in there, remember this is a mobile phone. So when you click in somewhere, you're pressing with your finger, not with your cursor. And a keyboard is gonna pop up. Now I don't think in iOS simulator a keyboard actually pops up. I think you see it in the Android though. So, oh yeah, and then there's a little search icon, which is nice. Okay. All right, so I'm just thinking that I don't necessarily need a form then, which would be a difference. Definitely be a difference. I'm just gonna do a whole new thing under here. And it's gonna yell at me and scream at me because that is not correct, but that's okay. Search bar, placeholder. What's my placeholder? Here it is. No, that's the label. This is the placeholder. Oh, and I did have text over the top. So, whoops. So let's have search for a hero or a villain. Okay, so search for a hero or a villain will be the text here. Oh, and I haven't imported any of this. Yeah, React Bootstrap is bye-bye. Bye-bye, React Bootstrap. Instead, I'm going to have view and text from React Native. Why didn't it prettify it? I clicked save and it didn't prettify it. Isn't my prettify working? Yeah, it's not prettifying my stuff. Oh, where's my prettify? That's too bad. That would be sad if I can't prettify things. Oh, what's this doing here? Why is that being underlined here? Oh, because it's supposed to have one parent element. That's why. I know. Don't worry about it. I'll get there. And then on change text, I'm going to do handle change. There we go. And value is going to be search. Now, what does that mean? Oh, right. Because that's they say that is in state. No. Value is going to be input. They just named it differently in their example. Is the thing. Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, I had this in a form, and it would seem like I would need it in a form, but I'm trying to remember previously. Yeah, so it needs to be in a parent element, which is a view. View is what you need here. Okay. Now it won't complain at me. And at least it's not gonna, if I import this component now, it's not gonna yell at me because everything is nativized now. I'm just inventing words and it's kind of fun. Even though, and I need a button, obviously. I'm gonna need a button. Let's do a button. Now, React Native has a button, has buttons. And if you use the React Native button, here, I'll just demonstrate for you. Okay, so I can either do button from React Native, okay? And it's gonna be, I'll say submit. Okay, where'd my, oh, here they are. Oh, and I haven't imported the component yet, so I'm going to do that right now. Oops. Do that right now, and something's terribly wrong. Let's see what's terribly wrong. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I haven't passed down any props is why it's yelling at me. So let's do that quick so it doesn't yell at me anymore. Oh wait, go back. Here it is. Are we having fun yet? Material UI. There is a material, there is React Native Paper is the React Native library that's material design. So it's very, very similar. So what do I need to hand down to my search bar? This is what I need to hand down to my search bar. Oh yeah, let's do it. Boop. Ah, my prettier is working. Why wasn't it working on the other thing? I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Okay, so did that make you not scream at me now? Reload, reload. Import search bar function search bar get character error is loading. Search bar has already been declared. Oh, right. There we go. That's a problem. That's definitely a problem because the search bar, my component is called search bar, but the component search bar component is already search bar. So it's not very happy that I have two things named search bar. And the thing that I can change is the name of my own component, not the name of the React Native Elements component. So that is what I will do. I will rename this. And let's see. Naming things. Search. How about character search? That's called character card, so that could be character search. Sounds good to me. Okay. And then this I will rename. Oh my goodness. Character search. And character search. Read the errors, guys. Always read the errors. I assumed I knew why it was yelling at me, and it was something completely different. Oh yeah, and now this guy is different because this should now be, well, see how it changed the import file here, but it did not change this, and it did not change this. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now are you happy? Reload. Oh, right. Oh, yes. Buttons are different. Buttons are different in React Native too. It's not, it's a self-enclosing tag, and you do the title instead. Buttons are different. This is the problem with jumping between React for the web and React Native, is things are just a little different and it can be very confusing. It's kind of like when I was trying to learn Latin and Greek at the same time in college. I got so confused. It's just like, what? Why do that to yourself? I was trying to learn Spanish and Italian at the same time on Duolingo, and same result. Just extremely, extremely confusing. Just pick one language. Just pick one and learn it. And then if you want to, move on to the next one. Okay. Oh, now here we go. Yeah, it looks terrible, but it's working. That looks really, really bad, guys. Well, it's kind of nice. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a shirt with those colors, like a stripe, like blue and blue, white, and dark gray, and blue and white. That actually looks kind of nice. And what is up with my my iOS simulator is not doing a thing right now. I'm trying to click reload and it's not even working. Constant struggles with emulators. But my Android is working, and Android is the one that I thought I'd have troubles with, that I usually have troubles with. Okay, let's just close this guy. He's not having fun today. Oh, but I wanted to show you how buttons look different on Android and iOS. So I'm going to get it back here. Where's my Expo thing? Okay, run on iOS simulator. I'll just reopen it and hope that it is happy. Where is it going to open is the question. Oh, it's opening over here. Go back to where you belong, little guy. There we go. Oh, and it's working. See, okay, so Android buttons are solid, and then and then iOS buttons are plain, or whatever you want to call it. They're just text. So that's one advantage to using a library like React Native Elements, is that it's consistent across platforms. I like consistency. It's very nice. So now where's my code? Here it is. Okay, so instead of button, it's very simple. Instead of using button from React Native, I'm just going to use button, from React Native Elements, and it should be the same syntax and everything, I believe. Yep. So now we have two solid buttons. They're not at all what we want it to look like, at all, but that's okay. I suppose I could have a cancel button here. That might be nice. Like if you're typing and you're like, oh no, I typed it in wrong or something, you can just get out of it. That might be nice to have. Yeah, where's that search bar? Like this is the only example we've got, but yeah, like this is dark. Is it just dark by default here? I guess it is just dark by default, but I can change the styling, and you can make it rounded, and you can have an X in there. I kind of like the rounded look. I kind of want it to be white instead. Excuse me, just to match. Unless I make the entire thing dark. See, I can make the entire thing dark. And here's what I'll do. Oh, I didn't want to reload, sorry. I wanted to do this. Dismiss. Open up the dev tools here. That's not working. Open up the dev tools here. Okay, now it's doing something. Okay. Element inspector is what I want. Tap something to inspect it. I will inspect this guy. Okay, and background color this is the background color. 393E42. 393E42. Okay. So I could either just make the whole thing that same color, or, oh wait, am I selecting this or am I inspecting this? Oh, see, that's a different color. Yeah, this is different, but this is this. So I could make the entire background this color, the 393E42, or I can change the background color of everything. I'm kind of going with white, so I may as well just do white. And I always have to remember it's a different. Stop it. It's Command M for Android and it's Command D for iOS, and I always have to remember which one is which. And it's Command R to reload for iOS, and it's Command M to reload. No, Command. I don't know. Okay, I have to make sure this is gonna work though. This is not doing anything, of course. It's on press instead of on click for native. On press, I'm going to do handle submit. Except, yeah, yep. I think that's what I'm going to do, because handle submit, I don't think I need this ePrevent default thing, because that's a browser thing. That is something for the browser to keep it from refreshing when you submit a form. But that's not what we're doing. So I think it's okay. Let's try to put something in there. Oh, like I said, oh, now it's opening. It's just going slow. That's the problem. It's just going slow. So what's gonna happen? Whoa. Right. Okay, yeah. Because this is not the target value input. On change, handle change. Handle change is not the same as it was. It makes me want to go into an app that I previously made and look at how I did the search bar. I mean, here's the React Native elements. Example of search bar in React Native. Oh, that's an Expo snack. Oh no, I don't have much luck with Expo snacks. So search bar, what did they use? They used it from React Native elements, just like I am. Yep, that was good. That was good. Okay, so let's just see what their on change text is. See, it's just like I thought. There's no form. Now he has a list of data here. He has a list of data here that he's actually searching, which is not what I'm doing, but that's okay. It should, yeah, we'll see what he does with the filter function. Text. Ah. Right, I need to pass the text in. That's what I need to do. Pass the text in as a parameter. That's what I need to do. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, guys. I'm gonna try, but my brain gets tired and then I just can't do anything anymore. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Okay, so now this is gonna be text and input, set input is going to be text. So that should resolve that issue. Let us make sure that it does. I might have to reload here. It didn't reload on its own. Did I do it? Did I do it? There. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Now I could just click submit, or I could look at this. So input is setting in state here to text. So if I click the button, it should send the input to get character. So that should do it. Go! Now I don't have a loading, I haven't done my loading spinner or anything, so here I am just hoping that something's happening. I better do the loading state because I don't know if network. I always use Supergirl for some reason. She's just, well, you know, she just has, sometimes I have to enable network inspect. At least in my other React Native debugger, I have to actually enable network inspect before it starts doing its thing. It looks like this one is not showing me anyway. I handed it all down, right? I handed it down as props. I get character. Get character should be get character input, right? So get character, and then this should be the input, whatever they put in. And then this should be called, so if the proxy server with the character name, so if the proxy server and my ID is working, I don't like when nothing happens. That's my least favorite thing in the world, is when nothing happens. I mean, they don't even have a button in this one because they're basically filtering a list of data that they have. So that's not exactly what I'm trying to do. But I do not see why mine would not be working. Yeah, I've got all I want here. One little thing before I close this, one little thing I could do is use this guy here. Add this guy to my. No, this is not what I want. Text is whoa, what just happened? Set input to that. I don't need text, sorry. Nope, this is all I need here. On clear, set input to an empty string. Yeah, so that works. That's nice. That's a nice little thing. I just don't know why my nothing's happening. Let me look at my button. On press, handle submit. Okay, here's handle submit. Oh, do I need to, I shouldn't have to pass in a parameter there because I have input here in state, right? So I'm just submitting character, I'm just calling get character with input as the parameter, and then I'm setting input to no. Anyone see what the problem is here? Anyone see it? Let me try. Oh! You guys, look. This is what I'm only doing remote debugging on one of these, and it's not this one. I'm doing remote debugging through this one, and it's not currently working. Why isn't it currently working? Yeah, it's just totally frozen. I don't know why my iOS simulator is not working, but I will go with this guy. It's, yeah. That's why I'm seeing nothing, guys. That's why I'm seeing nothing. Debug remote JS is what I want. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you that I am figuring that out here. Okay, now let's try it. Because I think now it's this one. Yeah. Ah, see? There you go. Oh my goodness. I was using the wrong simulator. Whatever. Okay, we're hooked up. We're good to go. This is just my daily life, guys. This is my daily life. This is what I do. And I get paid big bucks for it. But man, it can be a little bit frustrating. There's just juggling too many things. Okay, so it worked. Hey, look, I got Supergirl. Isn't that great? Filtered data. Where is that being called? I think I have a ton of console logs in here somewhere. Where do I have all this? Oh, here's a console log here. I mean, this obviously character info is a console log. But I kind of want to keep that in there just so I can use it if I need it. Yeah, oh my goodness. Just nothing's happening. I hate it when nothing happens. Okay, now, one thing I want to be able to do, like, see, I'm clicking out of this, but nothing is happening. You'd have to click that. And I hate that when I have apps that I can't just click somewhere else and it and it doesn't get rid of the keyboard. But I always have to look up what it means because I don't use it that often. Exit keyboard, dismiss keyboard. Dismiss keyboard, yeah. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. Oh, right. Touchable without feedback. That's what I want. Touchable without feedback. I knew it had something to do with pressing or touching or whatever. Touchable without feedback. I think I want to wrap the whole thing, the whole screen, in touchable without feedback and then pass on press keyboard dismiss is what I want. That is what I want. That is what they are telling me to do. So this is going to be in the app component. And I'll import it. Touchable without, and basically without feedback means, so like for example, there's touchable opacity, which means when you press something, it becomes more opaque, right? And touchable without feedback means you press something and nothing happens. That doesn't look any different. So I'm going to touch the screen, and you're not going to see any difference, but it's going to do something. I think I have to import keyboard as well, right? Okay, so the whole thing, yeah, I could just make this entire thing, this entire view, wait, let me just do this. Touchable without feedback, and then I need a keyboard dismiss. On press keyboard dismiss. Notice how it's on press instead of on click. Oh, and I can't do style. Oh, I can't do style in touchable without feedback, so I'm going to have to do a view after all. Why is this not happy? What's not happy here, guys? Because I need a view? Is that why? Maybe it's not happy because I need a view. That wasn't it. This is what I want here. Oh, that's why I'm missing my closing my curly brace thing. Yeah. Maybe I can do that then. Maybe I'm wrong. See, there's certain elements that you can't use as the parent element, but I think this one's okay. Okay, great. That is happy. So let's just see if that works. Let's see if it works. Whoa, something's wrong. What is wrong? Oh, no, nothing's wrong. That's just the character info. Whee! All the way down. There we go. Yeah, let's see if it works. Oh, yeah, dismiss. That should be okay. I do have just one child element, right? Just one. I mean, I have a parent element. Come on, Android, you can do it. Okay. Reload. No, I still have a problem. Touchable without feedback. Only expect to receive a single React child. React children only. Ah. A single React element child. So touchable without feedback can only have one child? Is that what we're talking about? Okay, what that means is I was doing the opposite, where I was doing a view on the outside, but I actually need a view on the inside here of touchable without feedback. Is that what we're talking about? Okay, and in that case, I am going to put this in this view here, I think. Okay, now it's happy. So here I'm in the text thing, and I should be able to click out of it. Yep, I can click out of it now. There. That's nice. You know, all these little things that go into mobile development that we just take for granted, you know, like you can do swipes and I mean all sorts of things, and some poor programmers gotta think of all these things and implement them. Okay, so great, I did that, and I'm getting the info, so we're good, we're doing good. Yes, now I have to display it, and that is up to my character card. So now we must nativize this. Now I must admit, this is more complicated than I thought it was going to be. I'm like, oh, I'll just replace everything with views and text and everything will be fine. Oh. I'm not sure if optimism is the best virtue for a programmer. Being a little more realistic is good in terms of estimates, but that's okay. All right. Now, what do we have to change for these guys? For this guy here, we need views. I said I was going to use a card, so here I have an image. Excuse me. An image, and I can name, secret identity, power stats. Yeah, so let's use a card from React Native Elements for this. Card. Oh, now this actually has a bunch of different things, but that's okay. Oh, I see, because it has a list of users and things. Yeah, nope, I just want the image. Do I have an example of the image, or do I have to do that on my own? Here's the image. I don't think I want cover. We will see. The interesting thing is, yeah, that's okay. Card title, card divider, card. Okay. So I like it when you just have an object and then you just have properties of that object instead of having to do separate imports for each little thing. That's what I didn't like about React Strap the first time I used React Strap, and I liked React Bootstrap better. One thing, docs were better too, but we need good docs. Okay, so let's import card. Whoops. Yeah, get rid of all of these. I don't need these guys. Import card from React Native Elements. And I'm going to need things from React Native as well. Well, let's just do that later. Okay. And I will start by doing just card. Because I think that's all this component is going to be. It's just going to be a card, nothing outside the card, just a card. So there you go. I don't need a view or anything, just a card. Nice. I'll comment these guys out quick. Now, I mean, this is going to be different, obviously, because I am not going to do any mapping of lists, but that's okay. I'll just do this. This is going to be character info name. That's what this guy's going to be. Yeah, I'm just going to, right, because in my other app, I just had name, secret identity, power, etc. But I'm going to do it as the title. Yeah, card title. That'll look nice. Where is it? Yeah, that'll look nice having Supergirl and then have her image here and then the other things down there. Yep, that'll be good. Okay. Where am I? Where's my screen? There it is. Where's my code? Ah! This is why I use many screens, so I don't have to swipe around. Okay, so there's the name. Got a card divider. That'll be nice. I'm going to get rid of this extra stuff here. Is that right? I don't want to lose track of, I don't need this guy either. Lose track of where I'm at. Wait, let me just prettify it. There we go. Now it's prettified, except I don't need this guy either. There we go. I don't need a key because it's not a list. I don't need these styles. I'm gonna just forget about these. Okay. Resize mode. URI is going to be character info, image, URL. Okay. Good. That should be the source. And then text. Well, my first text is going to be this secret identity, right? So I'll just start with that and just see what we get. I'll start with that. I won't do the power stats right now. I might just skip the power stats. Honestly, guys, I might skip them because this is my challenge, is to do it in one sitting. And I've been going for an hour already. Okay, this is okay. The night is still young. We're doing good. Oh man, why do I do this? This is good. Just be crazy and have fun. As though it's not interesting enough. I have to make it more interesting. No, let's not delete this yet, just in case. I'm going to test this out. Ready, go. See what it looks like and what we have to change. Oh, I didn't import the component. Nothing happened again. So let's do that. Okay, under character search, I'm going to have character card. And what do I need to pass down to character card? Oh, look at this. Yeah, that's true. I have all these conditions and stuff. Here, let me just do that then. Did it import? Yes, it did. Good. So if there's character info and there's no error, then we'll do character card with character info handed down as props. So that is good from my old code. And now something should happen. No, view is not defined. Yeah, we need that too. Import view. Oh, and text, right? Yep, text too. Yep. That, like I said, the three basic things are view, text, and style sheet. Like, you can do all sorts of stuff with those three elements. From React Native. Now, I didn't mention, see React DOM here? React Native is just using React, right? Like when you make a web app, you import React from React, right? But you also import React DOM because you're going to be interacting with the DOM. Here, you use React from React, but you also use React Native. React Native is just a different library than React DOM. So you're just doing React, though. It's the same thing. Sorry, my nose is tickling me. I do have fall allergies, and fall is on the way. Let's see here. Okay, so now I have imported the correct things. Let's try again. We will see. I want the image to work. Let's see if the image is going to work. Speaking of image, I need to import image. It's going to yell at me. It's going to yell at me for image too. Now I could do image React Native, or I can do image with React Native elements. I'll do React Native elements since that's what I'm using here. I caught it before the error this time. Oh yeah. Oh, but now there's another error. Styles is not defined. Of course styles is not defined. I haven't created a style sheet or anything like that. Let's just get rid of the styles for now. Okay. I will do styling later. Okay, just relax. I was all proud of myself. I got the error. Let's get rid of console log powers too. I don't need that. Oh, right. Yeah, if I'm not doing power stats, I don't need that. I don't need it. Any more errors? Any more errors? No, no more errors. Yay. Oh, now it didn't dismiss the keyboard automatically. I want to call that keyboard dismiss, apparently. No image, but I got Supergirl and I got Secret Identity and I have a card, but no image. So let's see what the problem is with the image. Resize mode, cover, source, URI, character info, image URL. Nope. That was just a guess. I was just guessing. Sometimes I guess instead of looking stuff up. Naughty. Whoops. So here's image. URI image. Okay. And then I have style. You know what? It's probably not showing up because I have no style. I've got great style. What are you talking about? Yeah, so it might be mad at me because I don't have a style. Now, something I found is that styling images or sizing images in React Native is not quite as straightforward. Okay, so here we go. We've got Supergirl. Oh, so nice. Doesn't that look nice already? I mean, this stripy part up here doesn't look nice, but oh, when you have an image, it just already makes things look nice, even though it's not centered and whatever, but it's okay. It's all right. Like, for example, I can't just do auto here, you know? It disappears. It's not, I mean, you can't. So, I kind of actually like the square look myself. I just wonder if it's going to cut people off too much if I do the square. I kind of like the square. It's kind of nice. I could make a little bigger, though, I suppose. And then if I want to, here's what I'm going to do. I'll style it a little bit. I'll style this card a little bit. I don't need any of these guys anymore because I'm not doing the power stats. I will style this view. I have a handy dandy RN style shortcut, and it creates a style sheet for me, except I need to import style sheet now. Style sheet. So if I want to do this, I will say styles, style equal, what should I call it? Styles dot, just character. Sounds good to me. Okay, and then this is going to be character. And I've just got the image and the text here. So the first thing I want to do is center it, right? Now, like I said, it's default column. So this is actually going to be align items. Center. Notice I'm doing JavaScript. Oh, what? I always get mixed up with these things. Refreshing, but that did not do anything. What? Because this view is wrapped around the image and the text. So that should be the parent, and it should control these guys. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not centering things. I mean, I don't think I want. I mean, it's just not doing anything. styles character. I named it correctly. That's what it's called. Oh, look at that. Ha! Style. I had a typo. Always look for a typo, guys. Always look for a typo. It's usually a typo there, and now it's doing what it needs to do. I don't think I needed this. Yep. Now, if I want to style this separately, and in fact, if I was going to add the power stats, I would do that. I just add another div, right? Which is actually another view. So I'll go ahead and do that. And there's not very many properties on text element that you can do. You can do styles, limited styles, but for the most part, if you want to style it, you need to wrap it in a view. So like, for example, I can do like font size and everything in the text, but if I don't think I can do padding and margin. Maybe I can. I always forget what I can and can't do with the text element, but that's okay. I added this view so that I could add some margin here. And you can also do just inline styling instead of using the style sheet, which I did here actually for the image, but margin top. Well, do I want just margin? No, that would be too bad. Okay, what, like 10? There, that looks nice. Yeah, sweet. Ta-da! I mean, the fonts are really small. I mean, I could make things colorful. I could do the fonts. You know how much I love to do that stuff. The main problem is just how this part looks up here, but I'm getting it working first, which it is. I haven't done the modal yet. Let's do the modal. I haven't done the modal. I haven't done the loading and error handling. So let's leave the character card for now because it looks okay. It's just fine. And let's do the selection modal. Whew, here we go again. Yep. We're not going to use React Bootstrap. We're going to use modal from, I don't know if React Native Elements has a modal, actually, no, but React Native itself has a modal. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's down in React Native. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there we go. Modal. Oh, keyboard avoiding view. Yeah, sometimes you have to use that as well. Yeah, so here's the modal. And, oh, they make it all fancy, don't they? Yeah, I don't, oh, wow, lots of styling. They make it super fancy. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm just going to import. Well, let's also do view and text and style sheet. These are the basic things. And modal from React Native. Okay. Those are the basic things we want. Hey, isn't that convenient that modal is called modal in both React Bootstrap and in React Native? Yay, it's a modal. But let's see if the properties are the same here. Okay, so there's animation type. Yep, there's different animation types. Transparent, I don't think I've set that to true before. On request close. Nope, not going to use that. I'm going to do animation type though. That's kind of cool. You can you can also say none, like if you just wanted to pop up. I forget what the other options are, but woo, that didn't look good. Okay. And okay, visible, not show. Okay, so we want visible. But show should be fine because that's just a variable, that's just in state. Oh, right. Oh, I have another form here. This is good. This is good practice. Good practice. I'll just do the same thing I did last time. Just different stuff, different. Right, because what do I even do here? I'm going to submit, I have radio buttons. That's right. I have radio input. Yeah, I forgot about that. So in React Native Elements, I forgot about the radio. Here's a checkbox. I think that's what I want because there's different, yeah, here's radio element, radio but inputs. Checkbox, oh right, it's an icon. So instead of, so it's dot circle O. Oh no. Yeah, so these are checkboxes. And then these are radios. So maybe I will do this check circle O guy here. Oh, it's nice to do a checkbox though because it's so much simpler. Maybe I will just do a checkbox. This state checked. Let's just see what that looks like, okay? I'm going to do a checkbox from React Native Element. Oh, now I'm getting hungry too. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We're doing good. Okay. So, okay, first I have a modal. I'm just skipping around too much here. Do we have a modal header or modal anything? Nope, we just have the modal, and then we just style the inside of the modal however we like, basically. So that's what I'm going to have to do. So this is just going to be text. Oh, no. Modal header is going to be a view. Okay. Modal title is going to be text. Modal body is going to be a view. It's not going to be a form. No, it's not. So I'm going to have to change that. Now, character list. I'm going to make list items here. See, here's what I'm talking about. In React Native Elements, you have a list item. You can create here a nice list. If you have an array of things that you want to do, and then in Expo you have something called a flat list, which you have data, and you do a flat list, and then you render. You say what you want to render, basically. Now, yeah, and that's good. That makes it dynamic because you don't know how many different results you're going to need. So I guess that is what I'm going to do. And safe area view. I'm trying to remember what that does. And there's also scroll view, but if I'm using a flat list, I don't think I need scroll view. I think it automatically is scrollable. Now, where was I? Selection modal, right. Now, and the reason, for those of you who didn't watch my React app from scratch series, the reason I need this modal is because sometimes when you search for a character, it has more than one result. So like there's like 3 different Spider-Man results, there's 2 different Batman results, etc. So the modal pops up if there's more than one result to ask you which one you want to use. So that's why there's a modal. And what am I doing here? Oh yeah, I was going to use a list, character list, map characters. Now technically I don't have to use a flat list, or I mean this, I think this code will work just fine. The button will not work just fine. But so let's import a button. Why is this not used? Didn't I do? Oh no. Checkbox is something I still need to do here. But remember, button is a self-enclosing tag. Okay, and then on press is going to be handle submit. But I'm gonna have to submit. What am I submitting here? Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Chosen one. Actually, yeah, I don't have to pass anything because it's just gonna be set character info to chosen one, and then set show false. Yep, and I have show and set show from my other component, from my app component. So that should be okay. This is not going to work though, remember? That's not going to work. This is going to be, oh, let me get it. Let me get it here first. Let me get it here. Checkbox. Let's just get this here, the most basic one. Let's get the most basic one. Get rid of this. Center. Oh, center. Yeah, center's nice. This is gonna be dynamic, and this is going to be oh, I see. So this checked is going to be selected item equals character ID. Whoa, but I need to have a value of character ID. Does this have a value? It should have a value. It does not have a value. Well, maybe it does, but let me look at this. Check title, uncheck color, on icon press, on press, long press, text style, container title, center right. Yeah, it doesn't have a value. So I'm going to have to figure something else out here. So here's what I'm going to do. Radio buttons, React Native. I'm pretty sure I've done React Native. Yeah, I've done radio buttons in my first app. Just need to remember. Oh, now they just built their own, which is nice. I mean, value key. I see. So they created their own value, even though it wasn't an inherent property. Interesting. I mean, I would love to be able to say value, I mean, the same thing that's up here. But that's what I would love to be able to do. But that is not in the example, and it's not one of the props. on press, if I do call handle change, see, I'm not going to want, because I'm mapping the character, right? So I can pass the character ID as I can pass in the character ID if I want. That's right. Okay, so I can pass in the character ID. So that's good. And if I pass that in, set selected to ID. Okay, I'm figuring it out. So selected item will now be the ID of whichever one is checked. And if the selected item equals character ID, then it'll be checked. Okay, I think that'll do it actually. Wow, I just figured it out by myself. Isn't that nice? I always look for examples, but sometimes just figuring it out for yourself actually works. All right, so now we will see if there's any errors. No, first I'm going to import the component. Import the component, selection modal. And I'm just going to do it from here because that's pretty easy. Yep, I gotta do it up here. Okay. And okay, let's see if that works. Ba-ding! I click save. I don't see any errors. So what's going to happen if I type in Spider-Man? Oh wait, Spider-Man. There's a modal. Isn't that nice? Oh, I didn't put in a title. The title is just click here. That's not going to help me very much. But I'll just click a random one and submit it and see what happens. Spider-Man! Yay! It worked. Oh, that's wonderful. It's wonderful. It worked the first time. Wow, I love it. But yes, I didn't do the click here is not what I want to say here. I want to say, character dot, oh wait, and I deleted my other code, so that's not nice. Not nice. So selection modal is what I want. And here we go. Label, character, biography, full name. That's what I want. Here we go. There. Now we should see what it is. Let's do Batman this time. And then I get it. And this is a full page modal, a full screen modal. You can do, I prefer having, I prefer it not being the whole screen, and I think you can, where's the props here? Wait, this is flat list. Where's my modal? Here it is. Slide. That slide was kind of nice. Animation type. Oh yeah, here's the different kinds. Slide, fade, none. Status bar, translucent, on dismiss, on show, presentation style. Here we go. So full screen. Is it does it default to full screen for some reason? Covers portrait with view centered, larger devices, larger, but allows transparency. Oh, I could do transparency, I guess. You know what? Whatever. We can just do full screen. But what I do want is to change this guy to so I want, one thing I want is styles modal. Whoops, no, not style sheet. Thank you very much. I'll do that down here. Let's create a style sheet down here, okay? My fancy dancy little sheet here. Modal is going to be flex 1. Okay, which it already is, but that's okay. It just means it's going to take up the whole screen. This guy, I'm going to say styles title, and I will give it a title. Line items center. So that's in the center. Very nice. I will say I'm just gonna do inline style here. Font size. Actually, does React Native Elements do text? Because I mean, there's text. Does it do typography? Oh no, that's React Native. Text. Oh yeah, so it does do headings. Look at that. I've never used that before. Let's try that out. That might be nice. That means I have to get text. It's going to be mad at me if I have text twice, though. I'm going to have to get rid of this text. That's okay. Text. Let's see what text H. Wait, which one looks good? Text H4, I guess? H4? I've never tried this before. See what it looks like. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. And I don't use text anywhere else in here. That's kind of nice. Let's do that. And then what else am I do for my title? I'm going to say padding vertical. At least 10. It just did not look good. Bruce Wayne. Submit. Such an interesting picture of Bruce Wayne. Wait, so is it a fully functional app now? I mean, it still doesn't look the greatest, but is it fully functional? Like, did I use everything I needed to use? I converted everything to React Native now. I can get rid of this guy here. I'm pretty sure I just converted the whole app to React Native, so now it's just a matter of making it look nice, because it doesn't. And I should be I do want to be able to make this a scroll view so that I can scroll. Like if I have more info down there, I'm going to want to be able to scroll. So whoops, who cares about package JSON? So actually I can just, no, not the header. I don't want the header to be part of the scroll view. I just want, or the search. I just want this part. I just want this part to be scrollable. So that's the character card. So I am going to, no, but that would be the card would be scrollable. Yeah, so I'm going to do scroll view around this guy. So I can scroll down if I need to. There. If I had more information here, I should be able to scroll. Basically, I'm wrapping up here though, because I'm getting tired and I'm not really interested in styling anyway. So once again, I'm just leaving it looking as it is. It's a functional app that doesn't look good, basically, is what we've got. Let's search for some other characters just for fun. Let's look for the Hulk. Oh, I didn't do the loading or the error handling either. I didn't do loading or error handling. Oh my goodness. Yep. If there's an error, I would do an alert, basically. An alert is just like alert in the console. Right. It just pops up. But where do I do the loading in this app? Do I do it? My character card? No, I don't think so. I mean, if it was loading, I mean, this is up here. If it was loading, I would just do it. Oh, do I do it in the button? I bet I do it in the button. I do a little loading spinner in the button after you click submit. That's a nice, simple way of doing it. Yeah, I bet that's what I do it. So it's probably in the search bar here. Yeah, there we go. And it's actually called an activity indicator. Excuse me, in React Native. Yeah, so this is where I do it. For the button. Yep. So, yep, just in the button. So if I do is loading, and that should be imported. It should be here already. Yep. Is loading. If it is loading, then I'm going to show a spinner, an activity indicator in the button. I wonder if they actually have. I think they actually have that in React Native Elements as an option button. Yep, here it is, loading. Wait, where is it? Where is it? I mean, loading. Is that, I just put loading? I've done this before. Oh yeah, loading, just loading. Yeah. Okay. So I do button loading. Okay. And wait. Here I will just do this guy. And then this guy will go up here. So if it is loading, I'm going to do a loading button, and if it's not loading, then I'm going to do the actual submit button there. So that should be my little loading indicator. Let's do Thor. There we go. That was fast, but you saw it there. Thor Odinson. That's a cool name. Actually, one of my ancestors was named Thorsten, believe it or not. I'm from good Norwegian stock. Thorsten is an ancestor of mine, so that's kind of fun. That's Thor's stone, I suppose, not instead of Thor's son. Anyway, that's enough. I'm done. Okay, I didn't do an error alert, but I really don't have a way of testing that unless well, I guess I could break my API to test it. Yeah, I could break my API to test it. Why not? Basically, if there's an error, I want to do an alert. Error message. So I don't even really, yeah, let me do it. Alert.alert. Let's just see what the error message is, shall we? I need to import alert though. Oh wait, I already have alert. That's good. Why do I already have alert? Did it automatically import? It must have automatically imported. So now I have to break my API here. What if I just do an invalid key? Boop. That should do it. So now I should do this and Supergirl not found. Try again. So there, that's what you get if it breaks. Except it's Supergirl not found. Try again. I guess that's okay. Why not? Even though it was actually that my API was broken. Yeah, interesting. I didn't intentionally break my API when I did the web app, so that's an edge case I did not take care of. Because here, remember this whole thing I had to struggle through? If the response is not okay, or data response equals error, see, I should have a different error for if the response is not okay. That's what I should have. So if the data response is just error, but the response is okay, then I should throw this error. But if the response is not okay, then I should have a different error. So that's something else I could do. But I'm tired. I did good, mostly. And it's mostly finished, besides how it looks. So, okay, we're good for tonight.